Hello, and welcome to Principles of Marketing here at Milligan College. My name is Matthew Harrison, and I will be your instructor for this semester. Since this is an online class, I do my best to facilitate um, an in-person feel, although it's an online class and there are no required in-person meetings. I try to always make a YouTube video lecture for you each week and definitely about every chapter, just so you have someone actually explaining that content to you each week. The cool part about the YouTube video is you can kind of watch it on your own time. So if you're driving to work or you are just sitting at home, taking it easy, you can watch the video whenever it's convenient for you, which is nice. So we're starting this week with just a welcome and introduction video just to kind of go over the syllabus, talk to you a little bit about my expectations for the course, and hopefully answer any questions that you have on the front end. Regarding questions, I'm always available to you via email at any time. I'm not one of those professors who doesn't answer emails and doesn't get back to you, doesn't grade anything. I had some of those in college myself and just really strive to do a much better job. I try to respond to you at the very latest within 48 hours. But generally speaking, I do live on my email and I typically can get back to you within the same day, depending on my teaching schedule and that kind of thing. That being said, I will get back to you as quickly as I can, but definitely no more than 48 hours. So that's good to know. This is a Principles of Marketing course, so we're going to be talking about a lot of different things this semester. It is a survey course, sort of designed as an introduction for marketing majors and also just as a general business requirement for all business majors. So it is definitely a introductory course, and we will talk about a lot of different things. If you're interested in any certain topic in particular, you can go on to take a class in that specific topic. For example, one of the things we'll talk about this semester is consumer behavior, which was something I studied very extensively in grad school and is one of my favorite things to discuss. A lot of millennials today also love learning about social and mobile marketing, which is a big buzzword today. So if those are things that interest you, you can go on to take entire classes in consumer behavior and social and mobile marketing. So just some things to consider. As far as the text we'll be using this semester, this is what it looks like, and I'm giving you the option of purchasing either the 7th edition or the 6th edition of the text. It makes completely no difference to me which one you purchase. I've been using Gruel and Levy's books for the last several years and really, really like them. They're very well written, very easy to read, very interesting. And every year they always come out with a new version. So the 7th edition is new, hot off the press. It just came out this year. I say this year, I'm making this video at the end of 2019. It just came out this year. But that being said, it is rather expensive still. So I'm perfectly fine if you want to purchase the 6th edition. The page numbers may be a little bit different for you each week, but the content is virtually identical. So feel free to purchase the 6th edition. It's going on Chegg at the moment for about $23 and on Amazon for around $25. So definitely a very big difference in that, and $200 for the new book. So just something to consider. As far as your grade is calculated each week, you can see the grading scale here and the percentage points for how your grade is broken up. We're going to talk about each one of these categories individually, starting with your chapter quizzes. So basically every week in the course we kind of do the same thing. I have some varied assignments for you to keep it interesting, but the process is sort of the same for you. So basically every Sunday night I will send out an announcement email with what you have to do for the week. Um, it will give you just a brief summary of the chapters. I will include a link to the YouTube video lecture for the week that you can watch. Um, After you've read the chapters, I recommend watching the video. It sort of helps for you to read it on your own and get familiar with the content, and then listen to it a second time to pick up anything that you missed. So I recommend reading the chapter first, watching the YouTube video. In the announcement email that I send, I also will include a link to a Quizlet where you can sort of have some flashcards and practice questions to study. Once you've done all that, once you've read the chapter, watched the YouTube video, and reviewed with the Quizlets, you can go ahead and take your chapter quiz. You'll have one of these for each week. Like I said, it's a combination of true, false, multiple choice, and short answer questions. Um, these quizzes are cumulative in nature, so meaning that after the first week, once you complete chapters 1 and 5 and you go into chapter 4, that stuff doesn't just disappear. It continues coming back each week, hopefully to allow you to develop some mastery and also to prepare you for the final exam, which takes place at the very end of the course, the very last week. And the final exam is a departmental exam given by all principles of marketing courses. So my goal is that you're very, very prepared for that by the time that rolls around. So you'll have those weekly quizzes. After you've read the chapter, watched the PowerPoint, reviewed the Quizlets, and taken the quiz, you'll have some type of written assignment every week. And those assignments vary from marketing application responses to case studies to discussion boards. And they're all slightly different in their requirements, but very similar. Basically, any written assignment you do for this class, every assignment with the exception of quizzes, will require that you incorporate 2 chapter concepts from your book. And at the very end of every chapter, there's a list of key terms or chapter concepts. I do require that in every submission you include at least 2 of those. Please make sure that they're bolded so that they're easily identifiable. I also require that in every submission you include 2 external sources. And these sources need to come from a scholarly journal of some type of peer-reviewed publication. The library database is a great place to find those articles. Google Scholar is also a wonderful place. And a large percentage of your grade comes each week from finding those sources and including those chapter concepts, which are also a Department of Marketing requirement here at Milligan. So make sure that you include those things for me. Like I said, the written assignment will vary from the marketing application response to the case study to the discussion board, but all of them have to have those 2 chapter concepts and 2 external sources. That is the same. The difference is that for marketing application responses and case studies, you're just typing up your submission, saving it as a PDF file, and then uploading it to the Dropbox in Canvas. If you need help saving as a PDF, there's actually a tutorial about how to do that in Canvas under the modules screen. You'll be able to see that. Same for your case studies. You're usually posed with some type of problem or question that you need to solve. And you must do that incorporating those chapter concepts and scholarly sources and upload that to the Dropbox as well. For the discussion boards, I require that you do all of those things aforementioned, that you answer the question posed, including 2 chapter concepts and 2 sources, but that you also spend some time reading your classmates' post and then providing 2 replies to your classmates. It's most helpful if you can get your initial post up by Wednesday, and then give your classmates some time to read your post. You can read each other's and have your replies done by Sunday night. Which is the deadline for all assignments. As I mentioned before, everything opens. I send out all the announcements on Sunday night. All the assignments open on Monday mornings at 8 a.m. and you have until the following Sunday at 11:59 p.m. to complete all of your assignments and turn them in. So with the discussion boards, it is designed, especially in online class, to give you some type of communication with your peers and also with me. So having that week to kind of get everything up by Wednesday so that your peers can read and respond by Sunday is very helpful. So please do that. Like I said, you also have the final exam. And I sort of gave you just a general summary of everything that I said here. Please make sure your submissions are uploaded as a PDF. Make sure that they incorporate 2 key terms and 2 external sources, which should be scholarly in nature. Your book does not count as an external source because it's internal to our course. So please make sure that you keep that in mind each week. As far as academic integrity goes, I do take cheating as a very serious offense, especially in an online course. So please make sure that you're doing your own work, Make sure that you are not just copying something word for word without actually citing it. Um, if you have a disability and need any kind of accommodation, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll be glad to do anything that I can to help you in any way. Um, I would recommend, typically students tell me that they don't require this much time, and others say that they do, so it just depends on the student. But I recommend devoting between 8 to 10 hours per week for your course content. That includes everything. That's time taken to read the chapter, watch the YouTube video, do the Quizlet, do your quiz, and your written assignments. So some people tend to just learn quicker than others and pick up really quickly and can do it in 5 hours. Others take 15. So this is just like a general average for you to give you a general sort of gist for judging your time each week. Um, Please make sure that you read my announcements that I send out. They are emailed to you via Canvas. Please, please, please make sure that you read those. I often give lots of deadlines and important information there. Anytime I change something, I'll let you know in an announcement. So please make sure that you read that. Um, if you have a question, as I said before, please make sure you use my Milligan email that is up here. It is mtharrison@milligan.edu. Please do not use Canvas email. The reason I do that, it's just easier and quicker for me to reply to you on your Milligan email because I have it set up on my phone and I can just very quickly reply back to you and get back to you a little faster. So please, please, please use your Milligan email, not your Canvas email. Make sure, guys, that you're not waiting until Sunday night at midnight, or I guess since things are due at 11:59, don't start on Sunday night at 9 o'clock to do your assignments. You will not be able to get everything finished and you likely will not get a good grade. So please make sure that you spend, plenty of time. Start your assignments early on Monday. Some students like to break it up into days. On Monday, I'm going to read the chapter. Tuesday, I'm going to watch or listen to these YouTube videos on my drive to work. On Wednesday, I'm going to do my Quizlets and my quiz. And Thursday, I'm going to do my written assignment. And then I'll have the weekend to do my replies to classmates if it's a discussion board. So usually, students who plan their time well do not have any trouble at all with those things. I say this because a lot of times, Canvas is crazy. It can lock you out. It can do weird things. The help desk number is on here, but they are only available during the week. You can always submit a help desk ticket, but they're really only there from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So please make sure you keep that in mind as you're completing your assignments. The course schedule is attached here at the bottom of the syllabus. I recommend going ahead and going through and mapping out what you have to do every week. All the deadlines are here. You do have the ability to work ahead. So if you know that you're having a really busy week next week, you can go ahead and do week 1 or week 0 and week 1 all in all this week and go ahead and start moving. So that's completely up to you. But all the deadlines are here, so please make sure you take note of those. I do accept late work, and it tells you this up here somewhere. There it is. But I do subtract 10 points for each day late. Okay, so that means if your assignment's due at 11:59 and you turn it in at 12:30, it's late, you'll receive 10 points subtracted from your grade. If it's 3 days late, you'll receive 30 points subtracted, so on and so forth. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But it's pretty easy to look here and see what's due this first week. Your only really task is to read the syllabus and get your textbook ordered. I emailed that out to you early, so hopefully you maybe already have that on the way or it's already here. But for this first week, you're just reading the syllabus, watching our lecture here that you're listening to now. You can begin reading chapters 1 and 5 for the following week if you'd like. This first week, there's also a syllabus quiz, just showing that you've read this and that you understand how the course works. I would like for you to take a pretest, which is also due here on the 19th. Please make sure that you know that pretest is not for a grade, okay? It's just a completion grade. I just want to see what you already know coming into the class about marketing. Some people take marketing in high school, and others have never studied marketing in their life, so I just kind of want to know what you already know coming into things. So That's why I do the pretest. Do not freak out if Canvas gives you a grade. It will say that you made a 50 out of 100 or whatever. So, and that will appear in the grade book automatically. But at the end of the week, I will go back and change all of those manually to a completion grade. So if you did it, you'll get 100. If you didn't do it, you'll get a 0. Um, I'd also like for you to take some time to introduce yourself on the introductory discussion board in Canvas. I ask you several questions just kind of to get to know you. And I'd like for you just to read those from your peers, kind of take some time to get to know each other. Once you've finished all of this, if you'd like to go ahead and begin working ahead onto week 2, you may do that. Or sorry, I said that incorrectly. So I have this set up on your in the modules on Canvas. This is week 0, and this is week 1. Okay, so for week 0, you're only reading the syllabus, doing the syllabus quiz, pretest, and introductory discussion board. For week 1, you're actually responsible for reading both chapters 1 and 5, watching the video lectures for chapters 1 and 5, completing the chapters 1 and 5 quizzes, and completing a discussion board for chapters 1 and 5. So that being said, you can go ahead and begin working ahead as far as you would like in advance. If you have any questions about anything we've talked about, feel free to let me know. Let's see if I can minimize this here. I would very quickly just like to show you how Canvas works, give you an idea just of what to expect here. Many of you guys have probably used Canvas before, but if you haven't, I just want to kind of log in here and show you what it looks like. My internet is being slow. Okay. So when you log in, you can click on our course down here. It is the BADM 315M Marketing 2020 Spring. When you open it, this is what it looks like. You should, and I'm actually going to use Student View here, so it looks the way it does when you log in. Sorry, my Wi-Fi is being quite slow for some odd reason. Okay, so you can see your syllabus is here at the top. I've included a submission template here. You do not have to use this template. Okay, I just want to throw that out there. It is not required that you use it. I just put it out there because sometimes students like to have that checklist to see what I need to include. Like I said, every assignment you need 2 key terms from our textbook, from the chapter we're studying, 2 external sources, and then you just need to answer the question and cite it all using APA format. This submission template helps you do that, but you do not have to use it if you don't want to. As long as you've answered the question, you have 2 key terms and 2 external sources cited using APA format, you're going to get full credit for that portion. I've included a couple of examples here from a couple of different semesters just of what a completed template may look like. And here is our first file. You can see they've placed the title of the discussion board and their date. They've included their key term at the top. They've answered the question. Another key term, answered the question. They've included their sources at the end, but they've also included some parenthetical citations here within the paper to let us see when they're using those sources. And it's very important that you do that. There's another really good one that I wanted you to see from someone who did not use the submission template, which is also okay. And here's an example of that. It's so funny. My Wi-Fi works perfectly until I go to make a video, and then it's very slow. Sorry about that. Okay, so here is a submission from this individual. You can see they've identified their key term. They've answered all the questions throughout, and she liked the special font, so she always used it. You can see she has her in-text citations here. You can see she's really gone above and beyond in answering the question. And then here at the end, she has her sources. So that's kind of what I'm expecting from you, just that you have those sources, you have those key terms, and you fully answer the question to the best of your abilities. I do genuinely read your submissions each week. I read them word for word. And I do give you feedback each week, which you'll be able to see over here in the grades screen. I try to have everything back to you in no less than a week. So, for example, you'll turn things in on Sunday at midnight. By the following Sunday at midnight, you should have, I said midnight, by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. technically, you'll turn things in. By that following Sunday at 11:59 p.m., you should have everything back to you with feedback. Okay? If you've never used the APA formatting, there are some great sources for you here. I've included a sample paper, a cheat sheet, and the Purdue OWL is just wonderful. If you've never used it, it will tell you how to cite any source you find on the internet. So it's very helpful. There's instructions here for how to save documents as a PDF. And then as you scroll down, you can see your modules. So there's week 0 with everything you're supposed to do, reading the syllabus quiz, the intro discussion board, and the pretest. These are all hyperlinked, so you can click on them and it will take you straight to that assignment. For week 1, you have your video lectures here, you have your Quizlets, your assignment, so on and so forth, and we go down into week 2 all the way to the end of the course, and you can continue to scroll through. When you go to submit something, the discussion board, you can just click right on it and submit. For some of these assignments, like week 2, it will have the ethics case study and then the drop box. The case study is the actual file with the assignment questions. The drop box is where you're going to submit your file. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory, but I just wanted to share this with you. You, of course, can see the announcements over here, which if you have the Canvas app or your email on your phone, you will automatically get my emails each week. I strongly recommend either downloading that app or setting up the email on your phone so that you get those. That being said, I've been talking for a while now, so I hope I've answered your questions. And if there is anything that is unclear or anything that you would still like to chat about, feel free to drop me an email again on my Milligan email, which is here. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful semester. I truly love teaching marketing, and I'm just very excited to share the content with you. So that being said, thank you guys, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.